Republicans should be totally going, what the hell happened? We're going to talk about that coming up in a second. Do a quick one tonight. A lot of stuff going on. I got new stations that I'm jumping on tonight and stuff out there in Seattle, Cairo. Super pumped about this. It's going to be awesome. But I want to jump on two things. First and foremost, freaking the Bad Bunny thing, right? Like the Bad Bunny thing. I'm just going to say this straight out. Get over it. You don't like Bad Bunny. Get over it. It's not for you. The halftime show is not for you, right? The NFL is trying to grow the brand. Bad Bunny's the biggest artist, arguably, on the planet, and you don't like him. And I get these emails. I got this email. I want you to talk to you about some of the insanity I get. I get this email. First of all, I have no idea who God's name, this guy that wrote me all over the place with this email, but talking about Bad Bunny, going after me because Bad Bunny's evil and bad, blah, 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 blah. Called him the derogatory F word for the gays, woke halftime show because I'm a blanking, a gay which I'm not, but whatever. And then just goes on to talk about all the crazy things and how bad I am, blah, 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 how I should go kill myself, blah, 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 the usual stuff of insanity. So, and it's all because of Bad Bunny. And I was just laughing my ass off because of Bad Bunny. And today on my local show here, and I get some of that, I'm not going to watch Bad Bunny because I don't watch the NFL anymore, And I'm like, dude, I don't think they care. All right? I don't know if you're aware of this. The NFL doesn't give a shit if you watch their show, right? They do not care. No, they do. No, they don't. Since that guy took the knee, I don't watch it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's great. They don't give a shit. I don't care I don't think you understand how much they don't care because they've already factored that in. And then here's the other thing. You're also a liar. Because for every one person that says, I'm never watching the NFL again, another one says it, and then they do watch the NFL. Well, it's just a Super Bowl, so maybe, So don't BS me, all right? Get over the fact. It's Bad Bunny. Who gives a shit, right? It's not for you, right? And I don't mind Bad Bunny. I don't really care. I don't listen to Bad Bunny. Look, if you want to have a yacht rock halftime, invite me. If you want to have a punk rock halftime, invite me. But outside of that, I'm not paying attention to the halftime show, right? I watch it for the game. I watch it for the commercials, which is another thing I'm going to get onto tomorrow, which I'm sick and tired of, but that isn't tonight. But I will tell you this. They don't care. They announced today they're going to play a game where? In Paris. They're trying to expand the tent. They're playing in South America. They're playing in Mexico. They're expanding the tent. They're going global. That's the goal for the NFL, is to expand, to become a bigger global brand, for their team hats to be worn in other countries, not just because, like the Yankees. Nobody really understands who the freaking Yankees are, but they like the hat. They're trying to grow, right? So if you don't like Bad Bunny, they don't give a shit. Again, they're not, well, yeah, but they're my marketing. They don't care about your dollars. Bad Bunny's not for you. Go look at the halftime show. Look at the turnover of the audience. In many cases, and this may freak some people out, the halftime show actually has a bigger audience. Why? Because it brings in other people, and that's what this is going to do. Well, we're going to have our own halftime show. Okay. It's called We Super Love America. Fantastic. By the way, Bad Bunny's American, right? You guys get that? He's American as well. But it's different because he's woke. Okay, he's what he is. But it's, get over yourself. Just the insanity of, well, I'm not going to watch it because Bad Bunny's woke and he may wear a dress. Okay, whatever. We're going to watch it. When's the last time you watched a halftime show? I was talking to this guy the other day. He's an older dude. He's all pissed off because I said, who gives a shit if Bad Bunny's doing the show? And they're like, well, that's how you are, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, when's the last time you watched the show? Right, tell me. When's the last time you watched it? When's the last time that you watched a halftime show? I'll tell you, the last time I watched a halftime show, I didn't watch last year's. Was that the Kendrick Lamar one? I think it was. I didn't watch that one. I watched the one that was aimed kind of at my general direction, which is in LA, right? The Super Bowl, and they had Dr. Dre and Snoop. Why is that? Because I grew up Long Beach. That was my jam. That's it. Bad Bunny ain't for me. And I get it, he ain't for you. Different audience they're trying to reach here. Different audience. So everybody settle down. The other thing I want to quickly touch on is Republicans, if you didn't see what happened in Texas, all right, this is where you need to get your shit together. Ninth, right? So the ninth, right? The District 9 state Senate seat, right? You had a guy who came in who was outspent by 20 points. I want you guys to understand that 20 points. All right. He was outspent. I mean, 20%. So for every dollar, they're throwing 20 in. And this guy here rolled in Taylor Remmett. Who is he? Tired Air Force. Was a union dude, right? He's a machinist. And I was listening to him tonight, and he's talking about the fact that he's like, dude, it's got to be party over people. No, he didn't. No, that's what everybody else says. He actually said, it's got to be people over party. And I thought, oh, shit. Are you allowed to say that? I've said that for years. Put the people over the party and watch what happens. That matters, right? Because normally you got the 3 Ps. You have the party, then you have personal if you're running for office, and if there's some crumbs left, we're going to give it to you guys out there who are the people. In a place where Trump won by, I think it was 17 points, he won by 14. Ron DeSantis tweeted out, hey, pay attention. Sean Spicer today said, if you guys aren't paying attention to this, you better watch out. Or if you really are going to take this seriously and just say it's no big deal, then guess what's going to happen? Yeah, Speaker Jeffries. And you know what? It's funny. The reality of it's not hard to have a common sense platform, right or left, that isn't too far from one side or the other, where you can reach out and say, hey, you know what? We're all in this together. And how many of them don't do it? Right? The left, I saw James Carville talking about how feminized the left, especially, and how much they've lost men. And on the right, look, if all things were equal, the woke side of stuff is ridiculous. And most people realize that. And that's why they'll go to the right. But you can only play the culture wars so many times. All right. So that's the issue. Right now, I look at both sides are the left is kind of experimenting with some music, trying to figure out what they can get to get the people. What can I get to get the people back? The right is like, we're just going to play our hits. Well, they're asking for some new stuff, and it can't just be woke stuff all the time. And that's a big deal. And if they don't pay attention to the affordability crisis, right, when you go and look at the numbers, and the numbers say 75% of the purchasing and stuff going on in America is being done by the top 20%. The bottom 80 is doing the other 25%. And you don't understand how top heavy that is right now, and how people are feeling frustrated and angry over, the Epstein stuff is crazy, and that's a cover up, and that's shit we could talk about. But they're looking out there and they're reading in the Wall Street Journal, or at least seeing, even on Yahoo, wait a minute, Trump's family made how much off a big deal with UAE? And he's like, I don't know about it. You don't? Your kids do. I bet you do. Do you really think that Eric and Don Jr. wandering around the White House and hanging out with them every day? Oh, Dad, I forgot to tell you, we sold like $500 million stake in our company, and they gave us almost $200 million up front. What? Come on. People are frustrated and they're angry, and they're looking at stuff right now and they're saying, I've had it. I'm not doing this anymore. We got to make a change. And when you go and look at the only thing you can do is past performance, right? Past performance, not indicative of what future may bring. The last 5 times you've seen situations like this, when it comes to midterm elections, special elections, go this way, the party in power got served. And that may happen. There's still time, I think. Some people think there's less time than you realize. It's going to be interesting to find out, though. It is. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be very interesting to find out how this thing plays itself out in the coming months. But there's no doubt that there are people that are frustrated and angry who are on the Republican side, who are sick and tired of the continual drama. And most importantly, they're looking around going, we were promised all of this was going to be fixed overnight, and it hasn't been. And we're okay to wait with you and give you some time, but you got to stop telling everybody it's all been fixed. And then they go, you're saying that, but I'm looking at my account and I'm not feeling that or living like that. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe here. I love talking to all of you guys. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific, right? 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific. That is my radio program, 9 to noon. Go to chadbensonshow.com and check it out right there. We appreciate it when you do that. Like and subscribe here. It doesn't cost you anything to like and subscribe. And God bless each and every one of you. You guys have a wonderful night. And we will do it again tomorrow. And tomorrow's going to be interesting. We've got a lot of fun stuff to goof around with tomorrow, including some more Super Bowl stuff that has nothing to do with the game or the halftime show. But it should piss us all off.